Mithran was only 3 years old, but he had a fascination that set him apart from other children his age. He loved to build and tinker with toys. From the moment he could crawl, Mithran would grab at anything with gears, buttons, or wheels. His favorite pastime was taking apart his toy cars and putting them back together, sometimes with a few extra parts left over. His parents, Surya and Prakash, watched in awe as their son's tiny hands worked with such determination and focus. One sunny afternoon, Mithran's grandfather, Grandpa Ram, came to visit. He brought with him a special gift, a toy train. Mithran's eyes lit up with excitement when he saw the train. He immediately took it in his hands, turning it over and inspecting every crevice. "Can I open it, Grandpa?" Mithran asked, his curiosity bubbling over. Grandpa Ram smiled warmly. "Of course, Mithran. It's yours now." With that, Mithran set to work. He carefully unscrewed the tiny bolts that held the train together, laying each piece out in front of him. He examined the wheels, the piston, and the whistle, marveling at how each part fit together to make the train move. Over the next few days, Mithran spent every spare moment tinkering with his new train. He would sit at his little workbench with his plastic toolbox spread out around him, humming to himself as he tightened screws and adjusted gears. One evening, as Mithran was putting the finishing touches on his train, disaster struck. He accidentally knocked over a jar of screws, sending them scattering across the floor. Tears welled up in Mithran's eyes as he realized he couldn't find all the pieces to put his train back together. Surya rushed to comfort him, gathering him into her arms. "It's okay, sweetheart. We'll find the missing pieces tomorrow. Don't worry." But Mithran couldn't shake the feeling of disappointment. He had worked so hard on his train, and now it seemed ruined. The next morning, Grandpa Ram arrived with a surprise. In his hands was a small box filled with shiny new screws, just the right size for Mithran's train. Mithran's face lit up with joy as he hugged his grandfather tightly. "Thank you, Grandpa," Mithran exclaimed. "Now I can finish my train." Grandpa Ram smiled down at his grandson. "You're welcome, Mithran. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn and grow." With Grandpa Ram's help, Mithran carefully reassembled his train, making sure every part was in its place. When he finally finished, he proudly showed it to his parents and Grandpa Ram, who applauded him for his hard work and determination. From that day on, Mithran continued to explore the world of toys and mechanics with a newfound sense of confidence. He learned that mistakes were just part of the process, and each one brought him closer to understanding how things work. But most importantly, Mithran never forgot the lesson his Grandpa Ram taught him, that sometimes the greatest discoveries come from the pieces we thought were lost.